Hello ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to this video, a very warm welcome to another video of mine. Well, today I'm going to talk about the S&P 500. I'm going to tell you all how the S&P could behave in the next week. That is from the 15th of July 2024 until 19th of July 2024. The other thing which I want to tell you all is that never in your life take a trade based on my videos, based on my predictions, based on my range of the indices. Never do that, never in your life. And the other thing which I want to inform you all is that I don't use any other tool apart from astrology and numerology to calculate about the S&P 500. I mean the movement of S&P 500. So please keep this in mind while watching my videos. Well, my prediction about the S&P 500 for the next week would be that the S&P 500 could trade from flat to negative during this week. But that doesn't mean that the S&P 500 cannot go above that level where it closed on the 12th of July 2024. Yes, the S&P 500 closed at a level of 5,615. It can go above that level of 5,615 in the next week. But there would be a fall from higher levels and the S&P 500 would close below a level of 5,615 in the next week. However, I want to give you all a range of the S&P 500 just now for the next week. My range of the S&P 500 for the next week would be that the S&P 500 could trade between levels of 5,562 and 5,644 in the next week. And when the markets close next Friday, that is the 19th of July 2024, you could see the S&P trading below a level of 5,598. 5598. Ladies and gentlemen, here is something else for y'all. I want to tell y'all that if the S&P 500 starts to trade below a level of 5,562 in the next week for 90 minutes or more than 90 minutes, 1.5 hours or more than 1.5 hours, then you can easily assume that the S&P 500 has turned more bearish. And the S&P 500 could lose another 15 to 20 points from that level of 5,562. And if it starts to trade above a level of 5,644 for 90 minutes or more than 90 minutes, 1.5 hours or more than 1.5 hours, then you can easily assume that the S&P 500 has turned bullish and it could gain another 15 to 20 points from that level of 5,644 during the next week. Well, this is all I wanted to tell you all about the S&P 500 for the next week. And here I want to end my video. Jai Mata Di, Jai Ma Kali.